Hey there, it's David Duford again at davidduford.com, where I help insurance agents like you become top producers. And today concludes our 6-part series on how to sell and maximize your sales, selling final expense in a sales presentation. So we've talked about everything really up to this point. We've talked about fact-finding, pre-qualifying, presenting, closing, rebuttaling objections. And at this point, you've hopefully got the sale. And there's a few last-minute details you need to cover for as you warm up and wrap up the sale. So what we're going to talk about first is the cool down, and then next we're going to talk about the referral script that you can ask, and then we'll kind of detail some some advanced referral generating strategies you can use, and I'll reference another video I did that's really good on referral training. So the thing you want to do here is after you've gotten a sale, we're assuming you did the phone call to get the interview if you had to, you've written up the application. First of all, make sure you get every part signed, okay? Make sure you get every part dated. If you do anything at all, you always want to make sure you get signatures and dates. You can always correct issues over the phone beyond a signature because you always have to go back out and fix those things. So make sure you scrub your application. If you're new, look over your app a few times before you turn it in or before you leave. Make sure you got everything. It's worth the extra time, especially in the beginning as you become accustomed to this entire process of doing applications and paperwork, because this is a legal contract. Insurance companies will not accept a incomplete application. They'll make you go back out and get initials or a renew signature, or worse yet, a whole new application. So take your time. Second of all, when you're cooling down, it's important to stop talking about insurance and get on a subject that is of interest to the client. So many times go back to what you talked about earlier on in the sales call. Maybe the guy likes to golf, likes his fish. You know, she likes to cook, whatever. Go back and talk about something that kind of perked their interest to move the conversation away from the pain of spending money to the pleasure of talking about some sort of hobby or activity the client likes. Why do we do this? Because what people remember more than anything is not logic. Logic's nothing. Emotion is everything. We're emotional beings, okay? We remember emotion way more than the particular details and facts surrounding an event. So we want the emotion left after the sales call to be positive, that this agent liked me. This agent was caring. This is an expert, and I feel good about this person. So it's important to leave the sales call in that way at the very end, because it's likely that they'll remember more about the end than the beginning. So make sure you do that. Now, you want to make sure you're also asking for referrals. Some agents say you need to wait to do service calls to get referrals. I say the best time to get referrals is at the consummation of the sale. After you've written the deal, after you've gotten everything approved, they're at peak level happiness. They have done something they've been procrastinating about for years in many cases and are happy that they finally got the relief that they want. Now, there's 2 ways I'm going to talk about referrals. I'm not going to go into too much of a detailed training. I got lots of videos about that, one of which I'll talk about in a minute. But there's really 2 ways you can do this. And the fundamental of each is that you just ask, okay? The thing with referrals, there's a lot of different training you can do to get referrals. There's a lot of different methods, but fundamentals matter, principles matter. And when we're talking about referral generation, the principle of referral generation is asking. That's 80 to 90% of it. So you want to ask for referrals. You want to ask for them to give you a name or two for an introduction to show them maybe how you could help them with this kind of thing too. And then to assure them that your job is not to go over there and give them a hard time, that your job is to help people like you, and this is how you normally do business, and that's what you want to do. You'll get referrals like that if you ask every one of your sales calls, whether they buy or even if they don't, before you leave. You'll get names every single week like that. You just got to make sure you ask every single person. Now, the advanced way to sell referrals, it's much, much more powerful. You'll get much better referrals out of it, but there's a lot more nuance to it. And what I want to do is reference you to a video that I did with Claude Whitaker. Claude Whitaker is a sales trainer. He's one of the best I've ever run into. He's got a YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. And he's got a lot of sales books you sell. This one is the sales prospecting book. He goes into intimate detail of how he generates referrals. And in a nutshell, the concept is simple. He only gets referrals from people who buy because, in his mind, buyers refer other buyers. And then also, he pre-qualifies the buyers as well, gets a lot of questions out of them, and gets the new buyer, the person you just sold, gets their participation to set the appointment with the person who they're going to go sell to too. Again, it's a great system. He peppers in early on how a sales call is, how referrals are expected, how that's how business is normally conducted, and how that's just a customary and he gets great referrals that way. So check that video out. I'll link it below. It does a great job of explaining the referral process, and I hope you enjoyed this training because referral generation is critical in this business if it's selling insurance. It will get you a lot more people to see who usually are great prospects and buy a lot. My name is David Duford, and if you'd like to learn more about my programs of whether you want to work in my insurance agency, selling final expense, Medicare supplement, mortgage protection, or annuity, go to davidduford.com. Or if you want to learn about my month-to-month training membership program for insurance agents to learn these sales techniques in more detail, you can check out the information about the Insurance Agent Inner Circle program, also found on davidduford.com. My name is David Duford, and my website is davidduford.com. Have you heard that enough lately? So thank you so much for watching the 6-part series. I hope it does help you out in the field and helps you close more business. You guys take care. See you later. Bye.